Hi Aries, welcome to your February bonus reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. As I'm recording this, it is already February 17th. This is basically the last day of Aquarius season. Tomorrow's February 18th, and we will be moving into Pisces season. A couple of astrological highlights this month, just like the basics since I'm not an astrologer yet. But so yeah, tomorrow, February 18th, is the beginning of Pisces season. Then on February 23rd, Mercury will be entering Pisces, and then we have our full moon in Virgo on the 24th. So Aries, thank you for being here. This will be a general energy reading for the Aries Collective. I'm switching up my spread yet again. Gonna start your reading out here with a couple of cards from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle, just to see what vibes are in your energy at this time. Thank you, angels, spirits, guides. Okay, that was pretty quick. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. My fearless freedom lights up the world. So definitely feeling like, you know, mid to end of February is all about, Aries, you tapping into your faith, acknowledging your fears, making a conscious decision about the way that you're going to alchemize the energies that are around you, the things that you've been through, realizing the power of your intellect, the power of your mind, the power of your focus, right? Acknowledging when fear comes up, but choosing love instead. Remembering to pray, but to release, right? Because the universe truly knows what we need more than anything. We might have an idea, right? But oftentimes, at least in my experience, you know, whatever I'm praying for or trying to manifest, when I let go with love and I let go of expectation, I have found that the universe continues to, you know, provide me with abundant opportunities and blessings that even I haven't thought of myself, right? Like, I've been very pleasantly surprised. So I love to see this in your energy, Aries. I'm going to get the tarot out here. Again, thank you for being here, Aries. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button if you want to stay up to date on when I post new content here. If the messages resonate for you, or you just want to show some support, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below. Let me know how these energies are showing up for you, Aries. And as always, you know, trust your own judgment and discernment. This is your life, right? And you know your situation better than anyone else. Let me just put these guys to the side here as we get into the tarot. You know, I always like to remind folks that, you know, if something comes out in the reading that you're not super happy with, always remember that you can shift your energy, how you deal with a person or a situation, right? There's always something to learn from anything that we're going through. Time and energy are fluid and constantly shifting based on how we engage with the reality around us, Aries. So never forget your free will and your power. Okay, so the first few cards out here, Aries, I see you going through the process of acknowledging the situations, the people that have not been giving you a return on your investment, basically. This energy is about understanding where you have invested your time, your energy, your money, your resources, and really assessing and taking a realistic look at, are, the fruits of your labor really being seen at this time? Are you experiencing reciprocity, whether it's in your job, your career, your friendships, your, romantic dynamics? What's really going on right now, Aries? This is a time for you to be honest with yourself. Wheel of Fortune in reverse can speak to feeling a bit stuck at this time, Aries, and being in a place of contemplation, right, where you're acknowledging that there are certain things, certain situations, certain relationships, certain investments that have not been bearing fruit. And, acknowledging that the reason why things feel stuck is because it's time for a shift. It's time for you to acknowledge what has not been working. It's time for you to acknowledge maybe where you have been leading yourself astray, right? If you keep watering a dead tree, that's not going to make it grow, right? Sure, there are certain plants that may need a little extra love. Maybe it needs a little extra, mulch or plant food or whatever, right? If you're a gardener, I don't know why that's coming to me, Aries, but it is. But there's a certain time which you have to acknowledge the plants that are not going to grow no matter how much you invest in them. Again, whether this is, all of you are going to be totally different, right? This is a general energy reading for the Aries collective. So you put yourself where you go, right? Fill in the gaps. But this is like a time of reassessing and understanding that the reason why things feel stalled and stuck at this time is to allow you the opportunity and the time right now, Aries, to be very honest with yourself and realistic about what's working and what's not. And how are these situations, again, whether it's a job or a career path or friendships or a romantic relationship, whatever you've been working on, working towards, investing in, right? This feeling of being stuck and slowed down and like things are not actually, working out for you, is working for you to help you honestly and realistically assess the situation. You have been and continue to wait for your ships to come in. And this is a time for you to really understand who you are, the ground that you're standing on, and what is available to you, right? If some things have not worked out and you continue to try to force them to work, you're going to continue to feel stuck. It's time to lift your head, Aries, and to look out towards the horizon and to consider a different perspective, consider a different option, consider a different way of being. I don't know if this is considering a new, career path, entrepreneurship, a new role, a new company, moving potentially. King of Cups here for me is like coming into a place of emotional groundedness and allowing yourself to tap into the feelings that hold a tremendous amount of information for you. It's like likely whatever this situation is, again, whether this is a job, whether this is a career path, whether this is a friendship, a relationship, right? Oftentimes it can be very, very challenging to acknowledge when something has not been working out, because especially if you've cared, Aries, if you've cared and you put a lot of time, energy, and resources into these things that are not bearing fruit, it can be overwhelming emotionally to acknowledge that, especially, look, I'm a Pisces sun and rising with an Aries moon. Aries like to win, and I love that about y'all. Y'all are hard workers. You like to win. You are, the entrepreneur of the zodiac. You go for it. But there comes a place and a time, Aries, where when you start to feel those feelings of disappointment and you start to feel like you're being taken advantage of, right? If you're being taken advantage of by friends, if you're being taken advantage of at work, right? That you don't deny those feelings. Those feelings are there to help you better understand yourself and the situation. And once you accept that, you will come out of this place of overthinking, of sleepless nights, of questioning yourself, of feeling like you have to keep forcing and working and, coddling people and being, you know, the good little worker or the good little friend or the good little, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, whatever, right? It's like at some point you have to be honest about how these situations are working or not working for you. And by doing that, you have a tremendous opportunity for deep healing. You have an opportunity to, you know, transmute and overcome the challenges, the disappointments, the setbacks, the, you know, stagnation, the confusion, the overthinking, but you're going to have to actually acknowledge the reality of the situation and be honest with yourself about what is and what is not working. I am going to clarify with the Sun and Moon Tarot. Again, Aries, thank you so much for being here. If these messages are resonating for you, please do like the video, leave me a comment below. As an energy reader, it's going to be a lot easier for me to provide you with more relevant messages if we engage in an energy exchange. Also, if you are interested in a personal reading, I will link my details below. Please note that the only way to book a personal reading with me, Aries, is via my website. I will never reach out to you directly to solicit or consider you for a reading. Neither will any other legitimate reader, so please do be aware of scammers. Prudence. 8 of Pentacles. So this is saying, like, when you reassess where you've been investing your time, energy, and resources, Aries, and you decide that it's time for you to stop prioritizing everybody else, especially jobs, friends, relationships, where those people are only taking, right? There comes a point where you have to acknowledge if and when you've been a people pleaser, when you've been in codependency, when you have been, you know, manipulated by your own conditioning, Aries, to overgive, overextend yourself, to burn yourself out by doing more than you're being paid for, while never being recognized, while never being given a raise, while never being given, you know, a promotion, right? There, it's like, oh, well, we know Aries is going to go the extra mile, so we're just going to start expecting that from Aries and never actually compensate for that. And just, it's like the carrot and stick, right? It's like when you decide to choose yourself and to listen to your heart and to stop prioritizing everyone else but yourself, that's when you are going to start to see your fruits actually come to bear on the vines that you've been tilling. But you've got to cut off all of this old stuff, all of the dead weight, all of the plants that are diseased, that are, you know, not going to grow. 3 of Pentacles, this is all about working on something new, starting new projects. So I definitely feel, you know, a deep energy this month, Aries, of you really reconsidering how you're spending your time, energy, what projects you're working on, you know, your job, your team, your career path. You are really wanting to get into a place where you're seeing the fruits of your labor, because you haven't been. And until you are honest with yourself about where you're, you know, doing too much and where you're being taken advantage of and literally sabotaging yourself because you are leaning into this energy of trying to prove to other people how good you are, it's like the only person that gets to decide how amazing you are, how worthy you are, is you, Aries. You decide what your value and worth is. And that also means acknowledging when it's not working out, when all of the work you've been doing, all of the, you know, workaholism, all of the burnout, all of the overextending yourself for people that will never appreciate you is actually stalling you from seeing what's possible. But I do, you know, see you taking this opportunity. Prince of Cups is another energy for me, Aries, of like really starting to lean into the power of your intuition and the wisdom within your emotions. Like I was talking about with the King of Cups, which is a very grounded energy. This is somebody who's emotionally stable. It's like, even in those moments where maybe you're not used to, Aries, like trusting your emotions, you see the dolphin here, right? The dolphin is one of the most intelligent mammals on earth that we know of. This is like You need to start trusting that you don't have to allow your emotions to control you. That's not wise. And they don't need to be the end all of your decisions, but ignoring how you feel, ignoring how people, places, and situations make you feel, it's leaving out a tremendous amount of information that you need in order to make more aligned choices for yourself at this time. Let's get a couple more cards here. Okay, so we have the Tower, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Six of Cups. So look, the Tower is, you know, this is a major energy of disruption, of unexpected change. I think that, you know, everyone's on a different timeline. You know, time and energy are fluid. When and how this is going to show up for you and exactly the way it's going to manifest is going to be different, since this is a general reading, right? But I feel like, especially with this Tower card, right, there's the Eye of Horus here. And for me, this is like right now, the things that feel like they're not working out, the frustrations, the disappointment, right? The people, places, and situations that are actually not returning what you are giving to them. Oops, sorry. My little card came off and now it's all right. Aries, thank you. Thanks for your patience. All right, back to the message. Here we are. Okay. Right now, this stalled energy, this frustration, this disappointment, it's actually going to be preparing you not just for you to start manifesting abundance into your life and making more practical, aligned decisions. It's actually going to prepare you for whatever this Tower is. The Tower is unexpected disruption. It's external to you. It's something you can't necessarily plan. However, I feel like whenever the Tower comes, it comes to tear down and to help us shed things that need to go. That can be, sure, things globally, you know, whether this is economic, which it very well could be given, you know, where we are in the global economy right now. And you're going to have the focus and the attention to Six of Swords, do the due diligence that you need in order to make the right decision on how to move forward. I think that if anything, whatever this Tower is for you, Aries, it's going to make things clearer for you to see. And I see, like, leading up to that, it's about you, right? Again, assessing the situation, whether it's work or connections, right, that are not bearing fruit, that are keeping you stuck, and really expanding your horizons to consider a different way and starting to make new investments in new situations, whether it is, you know, applying for a new job, asking for a transfer to a new team, starting a new business. But the wisdom is going to come in you not being afraid of your emotions. The wisdom is going to come in you knowing that you can actually be a grounded individual that is tapped into their emotions, right? And that you don't need to shame yourself for your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, right? And this is giving you an opportunity to really heal any self-sabotage, cut off any, you know, connections, relationships, jobs, career paths that have been keeping you stuck. This is an opportunity for you to heal in time to be prepared for whatever this Tower is that actually is going to really clarify things for you. I think it's going to help you to really prioritize your time, your resources, and your energy. Six of Cups. And then once you start to, like, it's like this Tower comes, and even though it's unexpected, even though it's messy, even though it's chaotic, it like really, really helps you focus on what you need to focus on. And you find some joy in the chaos. You find new opportunities. You find new options. You find new abundant opportunities available to you. So, you know, I'm really loving this energy for you, actually, Aries. And then we have Three of Cups. This is like there will be something to celebrate after this Tower moment. There will be people around you that do want to see you win and that see you elevating yourself. They see you maturing emotionally. Chariot card of Cancer. This is like all about balance within yourself. It's balancing your intellect, balancing your heart. There's also a lot of moon energy, and the Chariot, which is the card of Cancer, is ruled by the moon. So Aries, I think that there is some suggestion here to start working with the lunar cycles if you have not been. As I mentioned, we do have a full moon in Virgo coming up on February 24th. So, you know, I think that this would be a really amazing, magical time for you, Aries, to really sit with yourself, assess where you are in life, what's working, what's not. It's okay to acknowledge that things have not worked out. It's okay to acknowledge that maybe you've overextended yourself. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you've been giving to dead situations, and that's why you're feeling stuck. To open yourself up to a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling, a new way of being, a new way of doing things that is going to start a new cycle for you, a new healing journey and path for you. And it's like, as you start to lean into this opportunity to really find a groundedness within yourself outside of all of the disappointment, that you find your center within yourself, right? And you start to really trust yourself, you will start to draw the people that are around you that want to see you win, that will help you to find that momentum that's found within the balance of yourself. Balancing your heart and your intellect is a really, really powerful place to be, especially now. But it starts with what? You can't change anything, Aries, unless you acknowledge what's working and what's not. And I know that sometimes it can be difficult, especially, you know, if you're somebody that really prides yourself on reaching your goals, on being a successful person, on being a person of your word, which I respect, but there comes a point at which you do have to choose yourself. And regardless of how or when, right? Like, everyone has free will, right? You have free will. I have free will. All the Aries watching this have free will. Some people may continue to be stuck, but regardless of what you choose to do, this tower is going to come, and it's really going to clear things up for you mentally. And it's going to show you who your friends are, who you can trust, and it's going to push you towards trusting yourself, right? And so, you know, I definitely think, you know, there will be some fear, but you get to choose love. You get to be fearless, right? In the face of unexpected turmoil, disruption in your life, right? You get to lean into the power of your faith. You get to pray for guidance from the universe, from God, from whatever you believe in, right? In order to get through this process of letting go of things that are no longer serving you, that are draining you, that have come to, you know, take advantage of you, basically. And the only way that you will remain stuck is by feeling like you have to force a situation, or feeling like you need to continue to, give to a dead situation. Six of Wands, this is a card of victory. I love to see this for you, Aries. This is fire energy. It's like, it's not necessarily easy, like I said, to acknowledge when, you know, our labors have not been bearing fruit, where we've overgiven, overextended ourselves, been taken advantage of. We need to feel our feelings about that. And that's the biggest message I'm getting through here. It's like, if you can allow yourself to overcome the fear of acknowledging when things and situations and relationships are not working out, it's going to start to clear things up. It's going to start to dissipate the fear. But you can't get over your fear of the unknown, or your fear of feeling your feelings, until you acknowledge that they're even there. If you do that, ultimately you are going to have success at this time, Aries. So I think I'm going to leave it there, Aries. I like this energy. Again, if this message is resonating for you, please like the video. Leave me, a message in the comments. Let me know how this is showing up for you. If you're interested in a personal reading, click my website. Let me know. Would love to go a little bit deeper here. I'm going to pull a card to close this out from the Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle. and we have air, card number 1. Let's just get the book here. Of course, number 1 is not on page 1. Okay, here we go. It's become apparent that your breath has been shallow and stilted of late, often to the point where you catch yourself holding your breath. Correspondingly and ironically, you've also noticed how you've been neglecting your spiritual practice, leaving you bereft of the much-needed circulation of both air and spirit. The tension in your body is due to feeling overwhelmed with earthly tasks, to the point of forgetting to consciously breathe and neglecting to attend to your relationship with spirit. Pause for a few moments. Focus your attention on your breath, allowing it to be steady and easy. Notice the sensations that become apparent, such as the barely discernible breeze as it enters and exits through your nose or mouth. Be aware of the movement of your body, the muscles of your chest and abdomen that operate in practice unison to inhale and exhale this vital life force. Notice any areas of tension and allow that tension to slowly dissipate with each exhalation. Regenerate your daily spiritual practice and incorporate conscious breathing as you do. Yeah, just like I was talking about earlier, Aries, to work with this full moon in Virgo we have on the 24th. If you are having a hard time clearing your mind and making time to really acknowledge how you've been feeling and what has not been working, definitely consider investing in your spiritual practices, whether it's meditating, whether it's journaling, whether it's, looking into what this full moon in Virgo is going to mean for you. I think that's really going to help you to overcome your disappointment, your fears, and any sort of stagnation that you feel has been holding you back at this time. So I hope these messages resonated for you, Aries, and I'll see you next time. Bye.